After the battle, Gestella is at Jiwoo house as she was gathering her energy so she could recover from the battle. Everyone was in the living room. May then said, I can't believe Sir Iodore and Ms. Jera's attack her. No wonder Ms. Gestella is in bad shape. Blues also said, who knew she had to fight 2 top 10s. Kayden then told them it could have been worse if he didn't go. They were both surprised when Kayden said they were trying to kidnap her. They both bowed their heads to thank Kayden. It was because of him Gestella was safe. He was pissed off immediately as he told them he only went to take a shot at Iodore, not for Gestella. May simply smiles as she knew Kayden just didn't want to admit it. She then remembered how she begged Kayden to go save Gestella. She was on her knees begging Kayden, as she then told him, Iodore seemed out of his mind, he might come back and attack Gestella. Immediately Kayden heard this, he knew he finally had a chance to fight Iodore. While Kayden was pouting in his car form, May was just simply grateful. Jiwoo then asked if she would be okay since she looked pretty hurt. Kayden then said it's not that bad, she absorbed Jera's power mid-fight and recovered. Jiwoo was shocked to hear this. Kayden then said, yeah, she can absorb others' powers. Jiwoo was even more shocked at the fact that she could absorb others' powers. Kayden then explained, her powers help her recover by absorbing others' powers, it's her unique inherent ability. Jiwoo then asked, so, she wouldn't get tired in battle at all? Kayden then said, yes, plus it drains the opponent and it's also a deadly offensive technique. Jiwoo was surprised she could do that. May then said, she hates her powers, she sees it as a curse, that's why she's always been alone. Jiwoo then asked why. May then said, no one wants to be near an awakener who can steal their power anytime. People avoided her and she kept her distance too. She stayed in her residence and avoided all contacts with the outside. Blues then said, if she hadn't taken me and May as kids, we won't be here right now. At this moment Jiwoo was like, hold on, wait a minute, something ain't right. He then asked, she took you both as children? They both replied, yes. He knew something was definitely wrong. He then said, you guys make it sound like Ms. Gestella is older than the both of you. May replied, she is. Jiwoo was speechless. Kayden then asked why he was surprised. Kayden then said Gestella is probably the oldest among the top 10. It was at that moment Jiwoo realized what was happening. He was shocked. Gestella doesn't look a day over 20 and yet she was the oldest among the top 10 rankers. Kayden then said, after a certain level, age doesn't mean anything to Awakeners. The stronger their powers, the slower they age. He then said the top 50 have probably lived twice as long as they looked, especially the top, they've all lived over 100 years. The word 100 shocked Jiwoo. Pluto then said, Gestella comes of a totally different species though. At that moment Jiwoo then asked the question, then all of you are older than you look as well? They all replied, yes. Jiwoo then slowly began to connect the dot. He then began to think about Jiyoung. She's really strong, and she's also in the top 50, does that mean she's around 50 years old? They all just watched Jiwoo as he slowly began to lose his mind calculating. Kayden then said, it's a shame Gestella hates her powers so much, from what he saw her powers was amazing. They were all surprised by Kayden's compliment. Kayden then said, it's so amazing I want to fight her right now. It was this time they knew he was just crazy. Kayden then told him to chill out as he looked fired up. Back in room, as Gestella was gathering her energy, she then remembered when Kayden met her after the battle and said her power was impressive. She then stopped gathering her energy as she continued to think about it.